Today on the dirt bike track, we learned that it's so easy to manipulate adults through propagation and gaslight children into the desired defeatist attitude that the ruling class desires. I'm kidding. We didn't learn that today. We learned that from days of yore watching Three Ninjas. Three Ninjas Knuckle Up. Three Ninjas Kick Back. Three Ninjas High Noon at Mega Mountain. The Goonies, Troll 2. Every episode of Goosebumps and Are You Afraid of the Dark and Erie, Indiana and Stranger Things, or really any horror media aimed towards children. Sailor Moon, Power Rangers, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Batman Eternal, Fern Gully, Avatar, Avatar The Last Airbender, Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, Hey Arnold the Movie, Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo, just any movie with the save the orphanage trope, plus so much more. And yet, we still have douchebags who grow up to not understand that corporations will tear down any literal or figurative orphanage with their hypothetical scrap gas if it means they can control the world easier via that almighty dollar. Anywho, time for piss jokes and cum talk because my name's James.
I'm Nicole.
And this is Mostly Speaking Spider-Man. Yes, guys, like I said, my name is James, and I've realized something recently. The legalization of marijuana is actually bad. You want to know why? I'm now docile.
Yes.
That's what the fucking rulers of the world want me to be. I used to be a ball of anxiety. I used to have things in this episode to be pissed about, but now I'm like, yeah, you want to know what? Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm relaxed and whatnot. No, get angry, people. No, don't say that, James. I was going to say, like, hey, take something and run it down your arm so you can feel pain again, brothers. I don't know. What can I do to get angry? We will ask eventually my guest, but for right now, we got to introduce my co-host. She is the woman who believes what the eyeball can believe. Or wait. She believes what the eye believes? That should have been, I guess, sees? Or
Child?
What? No, he says,
True.
I'm the man who believes what the eye can see. I think that's what it should say.
Oh, okay.
But I said what the eye believes, okay?
Oh.
It's
sorry.
the pricks, the nickel, Jakis.
Oh, hello.
How are you?
I'm okay.
All right, back's fine.
It's fine. It's, it's
Okay.
fine.
It's tingly, maybe.
It's decent.
When your spine feels tingly, it's actually good because, like, it can feel, you know? When it's not tingly, that's when you should be alarmed.
Yeah.
Like when it feels like in Wicked when the monkeys start growing wings out of their back.
Yeah.
If you're not constantly feeling like that, something's wrong with your back.
If you're not in pain 24/7.
Yeah.
That's
like,
a problem.
These fuckers who don't feel pain 24/7, I'm gonna start punching you every time I see you.
Yeah.
Give you something to feel, you know?
You'll be very tired.
Yeah. Oh, wait. I wonder. Let's introduce our guest and let's see if he has chronic pain because it just seems like doesn't everyone have chronic pain?
No.
Wow, man. That fucking sucks, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, we've had a discussion about that. When I would like go to the gym and go swimming because like it's good for your joints because it doesn't have like, gravity, etc. And I'm like, wow, so like this is how normal people feel. This fucking sucks. I'm pissed.
Normal people feel like Creature from the Black Lagoon?
Yeah.
You should start punching Gilman, you know?
No, I should just become Gilman.
Holy Christmas, go to the Black Lagoon, dive deep in there, and it will be the reverse of what happens when he goes on land. He becomes a human. You'll become a fish man.
Exactly.
Hell yeah, fish man with some fish titties. Yeah. Let's introduce our guest. You know him from Still TikTok, Fingers Crossed. You know him from rap music, from stand-up comedy, from sketch comedy. It is Mohawk Johnson. He's a gill man now, I guess.
He's a gill man
That's a
now.
noise I can make with my body.
Yeah.
I screech like that at night to like Stun predators.
Does that happen a lot?
Enough that I have different pitches.
Yeah.
Actually, I say if you can do that, you should always be doing that in case the predator is out on the lurk trying to hunt down humans.
Then he's going to perceive me as a threat because I can speak his language, and I don't want that. I don't want that.
No, it stuns him. He's like, oh, whoa. And if you just keep doing that, he's stunned forever.
I feel like that doesn't work on things that can also screech like that.
Oh, okay. All right. The predator, don't even mess with us, please.
Like I'm gonna show that dude my Naruto neck tattoo, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, this man's no threat."
He's gonna hear about our chronic back pain and be like, "This is not a challenge." Do you have chronic pain?
Yes.
Okay. See, I think everyone does, but they're just lying about it.
I think more people do than they let on because they're lying about it,
sure.
but not everyone. Because there are just the people who swear up and down that it's not a real thing, and I'm like, oh, you've never had it. There are people who say they don't have it, but they do have it, but they shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I forget about it sometimes, but it's always there, but that's because I've been living with it since 4th grade. Maybe earlier.
Yeah.
No, I've had mine for a couple of years. I have a really messed up ankle from a really bad accident at work.
Okay, do you want me to give it little kisses? That's what my mom would do when I was a kid and make it feel better.
If anyone is kissing my feet in any context.
Well, it's your ankle, not your feet.
Well, I don't know.
I kiss Nicole's spine. Does that make it feel better?
I'm learning things about you two that I don't want to.
Well, she has chronic spine damage,
Chronic spine.
Yeah, and there's a nub on there where the fusion happens, and I love kissing that little nub.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear you.
Got some extra bone.
It's cute.
I don't want to hear you talk about kissing your partner's nubs, homie.
It's fine, guys. Nubs.
Okay.
Let's normalize nubs, okay?
We gotta free the nub. Because what is a nipple if not a nub?
Oh, hell yeah.
You know what? I'm with the shit. I'm leftist. We know I'm a communist. We know what the fuck I'm about. Free the nub, yo.
Hell yeah.
Free the nub. But no, I don't want you kissing my ankle.
All right.
No, I don't.
Is an ankle a nub?
Oh, no.
The outside, yes. The inside, no.
I think if your foot gets severed, it becomes a nub.
Yeah, but no, like the the
there
nub
are nubs
part. Yeah.
Like I think the bony protrusions.
Yeah.
Are the nub. But my ankle, like where my ankle's fucked up, it's not on nub. It's also it's on the front. It's where the tendons are that make this up and down motion happen.
Okay.
That's where my shit's fucked up. It still clicks sometimes when I walk, and it will likely never not hurt, but it will hurt less over time because it already has. But it will never go away. And when I get back into skating, it will hurt more, and then I will have to do more physical therapy in order to keep it up.
The day I eventually kiss it, and then you're like, "Wow, it feels better." You're gonna feel like a fool that you didn't let it on sooner.
God damn it.
I'm gonna pray for you.
Or I'm about to give you $1 million idea, okay? And you're a content creator. Whether you like that terminology or not, it does suck as a term. But there's currently a market that is fully open right now. And you only need to add 2 syllables onto your name. And that is Mohawk Tua. Haley Welch is out. Her meme coin got dumped, And right now, you can fill that niche, Mohawk Tua.
Somebody called me Mohawk Tua to my face.
Okay.
And I said something to them that if I repeated would violate my probation.
But right now, I'm not calling you that. I say you take the name and say yeah, you want to know what? I'm filling this niche.
Yeah, no, but then other
Monetize
people
it.
that's going to happen again. Do you see how?
All right. Oh, but then we can, you have a podcast called Mo Talks, or we just say this, Mo Talks to Ya. And it's, it's spelled how it should be spelled. And then that, people Mo Talks to Ya? Oh, yeah, I know that podcast. I'll go I thought I was subscribed to this. I guess I'm not. They subscribe to your podcast, Mo Talks to Ya. And then, oh, baby, you're raking in that factor money. That
I don't
AG
think that
Greens.
would work.
I think, okay, so then Transmorphers didn't work? Huh? The predication of the entire The Asylum movie studio?
Yeah.
Exactly. Mo Talks to Ya. I'll produce it. And I'm only asking for 5% of the profits, not even net. I don't know what the difference, but I know profits is probably smaller than net.
We'll see.
All right, guys.
We'll see.
Be
That's
on the
all
lookout.
I can give you. That's all I can give
Talks
you.
to Ya.
Oh, goodness.
And you could say like, hey, the only meme coin I'm going to pump and dump is if you call your hoo-ha meme coin.
Wow.
I can't say that and also maintain the relationships I have.
Well, then you just wink and say, I'm a cheeky guy.
Everyone's going to leave.
No, but those people who leave, let's say it's 100,000 people, 2 million come in.
I don't want 2 million that would be attracted to them. It's like, yes, all of your family left your house, but instead you got 200 roaches. Isn't that great? You're not alone. Like, no, like, nah, I'm good. I'm good.
But those 200 roaches make Factor Meal say, all right, yeah, we'll sponsor you. Your family, they're not doing shit. They're not.
They're not giving you.
They're not AG1 greens coming in.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
Casper Mattress isn't calling because your family's there. It's because those billions of roaches are saying, yeah.
Why am I not good enough for Raid Shadow Legends?
They're on the outs, you know.
I've been here the whole time.
Candy Crush, what about that?
Never played it.
Well, Candy Crush has the money, even more so.
Okay.
Blizzard Activision is going to start giving you money.
I don't want... Did they stop touching people without their consent?
I mean, they say they did, but who knows?
I need confirmation or I don't want their money. Right. I need to know. I need to make sure that the World of Warcraft is also a world devoid of assault. Like, that's the bottom line.
And I'll say with the name Mohawk Tuya, that breaks down the doors. You get to go to Blizzard Activision, all the divisions, and you get to look around, poke around, and say like, hey, you know Hawk Tua? Well, I'm Mohawk Tuya. So it's opening doors you'll be able to see, and then you can report on Mo Talks Tuya. And then, whoa, you got even more subscribers?
Did you just tell Blizzard Activision out loud that your plan is for me to blow up so that I can infiltrate them and potentially snitch on them later?
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it.
Hell yeah.
Flawless plan.
Yep,
Hell
flawless
yeah,
plan that we said out loud on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Marshland Media's new podcast, Mo Talks to Ya. It's been a while since I've done a bit like that, and it felt good. Maybe that's why people stopped coming in. They're like, we wanted James to kind of force a weird business plan on the guest.
Hey, what gets you the numbers, homie?
Uh-huh.
Whatever works.
What can I do for Darling Homebody?
Just pay for ads.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I need
Figure out why Google's mad at me.
a pun on your name, and that's what brings in the people.
God damn it. No, Google got mad at me because I tried to sell sexy Batman.
Oh, whoa. Okay, well, how about this? Darling Home Shoddy. It's a shotgun with your little skull face on it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. That's the new Punisher logo for these fuckboys out there.
Ew.
Well, you know, do you want the money or do you want nothing?
I don't want to supply them with weapons, sir.
Well, let's say the weapons don't work. We put concrete in them, so they're just there for display. Well, but it's going to cost more to ship. That's cutting into your bottom line.
Yeah, and they're probably fucking assholes, so, you know, there's going to be customer service issues.
Okay, well, I'll handle that.
Ass.
And all I'm asking for is 5% of the profit, not even net.
No, I'm going to pass. Sorry.
All right.
What do they say on Shark Tank? I don't know.
I'm going to pass on that. Yeah, they say get fucked.
I've heard that.
Yeah,
Every episode
yeah.
of Shark Tank that I've ever seen, they've said get fucked out loud.
There have been a couple
that.
where in corporate speak, they have said get fucked to some people.
Yeah.
Of like, this will never go anywhere unless I can like take the name you have, put a little like wordplay pun on it, and all I ask for is 5% of the profit. You know? And, man, Mr. Cuban's rolling in the money.
Can we
go on to Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Mohawk, what's your experience with a web slinger at large?
Spider-Man was maybe my 5th or 6th tattoo.
Okay.
I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man was my favorite superhero.
I thought you were going to say my 5th or 6th favorite superhero. I was going to be like, all right, that's specific.
No, Spider-Man's probably number 1. Love Spider-Man. Have always loved Spider-Man. First PG-13 movie, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man. A lot of firsts for me. Spider-Man has done a lot for me in my life. I love Spider-Man. I always have first comic book I've ever owned, Spider-Man. Spider-Man stuff. And then right after that it was Black
What era of
Panther.
Spider-Man was that?
Oh, late 90s.
Okay, hell yeah.
Late 90s. So like post-Clone Saga.
probably volume 2. No, was volume 2 of Amazing Spider-Man? That's around like 98, right?
Yeah, 98, 99. I was 4 or 5 years old.
Okay.
I got my first Spider-Man comic. Don't remember what the fuck was in it. Mm-hmm. And then the next one I got was Spider-Girl in the future where Peter Parker has that daughter with the powers. And it was dead in the middle of a run. I had no idea what was going on. She had already been fully developed as a superhero. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I loved that book. And then I had that big omnibus of all the original Spider-Man volumes from back in the day. Like, so I saw Spider-Man's origin, his first fight with the Green Goblin, his first fight with Doc Ock, his first go with the Sinister Six, just a bunch of stuff. I love Spider-Man.
If you could, Sinister 7, who are you adding in?
If I'm adding someone to the Sinister Six, oh God, I mean Venom's got to be in there. Right?
Okay, all right.
If not Venom, Green Goblin.
Okay. Wait, Green Goblin wasn't originally in there?
I don't believe so. I think it was Craven, Doc Ock, Mysterio, Rhino was in it, I believe. Shocker. And it wasn't the Green Goblin.
Wasn't it Vulture?
It was Vulture.
Okay, all right.
Yes, yeah. Green Goblin was not in the original Sinister Six.
All right, I'm remembering when the Sinister Six returned, Hobgoblin was in there.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I don't. All right, it's the Frightening Five. Who you taking out?
Oh, Frightening Five? Oh God.
Vulture.
Yeah.
We didn't remember he was there.
Look, Vulture or Craven.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Craven, that's why Hobgoblin replaced.
Yeah, like it's Vulture or Craven, because like Vulture, sort of indispensable for aerial stuff, but like there are other people who could do recon in the air, like Doc Ock, because the tentacles can be used to climb, but like...
And if he spins them real fast, he's a helicopter.
Yeah, exactly that, just like Tails.
And he's got 8 of them.
Yeah.
Even faster.
Yeah, twice as many. Just so fast. But Vulture has a power set where it's like you don't add a whole lot to this team. And Craven just works better when he's not with other people because he can plot and plan and set traps anywhere and everywhere, and he doesn't have to worry about his teammates getting caught.
But you go to the movies with Vulture, you get that AARP discount.
I don't want to go anywhere with the Vulture.
But you get his discount.
That's fair.
You go to Burger King, you get the senior citizen free cup of coffee.
I'm afraid that, because I'm the black guy in the room, I'm afraid that Vulture's going to do that thing that a lot of old people do, especially old white people, when they like start to lose it, where they start confessing racist crimes they did. And I don't want an already supervillain to tell me that he did even more heinous shit that he's ashamed of to black people while we were at a Caribou Coffee. I just don't fucking need that.
All right, let's remodel Vulture. Now he's Gen Alpha, okay? So he's young, he's hip, not all wrinkly, but he like stole his grandfather's AARP card, and now would you go to the movies with him to get that discount?
I would not go to the movies with any child I wasn't directly related to, because why do I know children?
Oh wait, is an 18-year-old not Gen A?
No.
Gen A.
Dude.
Okay.
That's like the last of Gen Z. I think the oldest Gen Alpha members are like 15 or 16
okay,
now.
Then Gen Z, 20 years old.
Younger than my little brother, wouldn't hang out with them.
Okay, how old's your little brother?
My youngest brother's 22.
Okay, he's 23 years old. And you're in a villain group with him.
I will go to the movies with my friend who I'm in the villain group with.
All right, hell yeah.
Would that be used against me as evidence if we got seen together and I was denying that I was a villain?
Well, everyone kind of knows, like, you're a villain.
Okay. I just, there are a lot of variables, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying not to get caught.
But like kind of Poison Ivy these days, like you've rebranded the Sinister Six as like, hey, we're villains for good.
Yeah.
Kind of Robin Hooding it.
Like I'm a terrorist, but I'm an eco-terrorist. Like I want you to have clean air.
Yeah. And the Vulture, why is he going all the way up into the sky? To get air samples to be like, hey, this is real bad, guys. Because he doesn't trust those balloons up there. He's, a little bit of like that Gen Z, like he kind of he watched a little too much YouTube on autoplay, but he's still like a good guy.
Yeah, heart's in the right place.
Does he think birds are real?
Well, he thinks he's one of them. So like,
oh, he thinks he's a real bird.
Yeah,
he thinks he's a real bird. So he super believes him. He believes in birds too much.
Yeah,
got it.
You've walked in on him baby birding another bird.
Ew.
And you've also walked in on him getting Baby Bird himself.
Yeah.
So
I don't want to go to the movies with him anymore.
He's like, hey, I have to bring my mom with me or else I can't eat this popcorn. So the bird's, like eating the popcorn and spitting it in his mouth.
I know. Ooh,
Yeah.
I turned away to yawn, and then I let the yawn out in the mic anyway. I failed. Oh,
No, that's fine.
I failed. It's like, I won't do it. Then I did it. That's exactly what I did.
So you want to get into Spider-Man?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Mohawk, initial thoughts. You've never seen this before?
Yeah, I've never seen Toei Spider-Man. Their dedication to making him run in a crouch because he's a Spider-Man, so he's sneaking, is nonsensical in broad daylight in a chase because who are you sneaking up on? Fucking catch that guy.
The stunt performer it wasn't sneaking wise. It's just like, well, this is how a spider would walk. But like he is a man, so it is weird.
I get it, but like be effective. So that like you climb up and down walls and you swing on webs. That is good enough. You are allowed to run. When one of your superpowers is lightning fast reflexes and being able to sprint and keep pace with something moving at 200 miles per hour, because that is a canonical power of Spider-Man. Like we do not talk about how fast that man is in an elongated run.
Yeah.
You stand up. You stand up when you're chasing somebody.
Yeah.
You fucking stand up.
I would love it if someone modded one of the Insomniac Spider-Man games to have Spider-Man walk like this Spider-Man.
Oh my goodness.
That'd be so funny.
No.
Yes, it would.
It'd be funny for like 5 seconds.
I think when you're not holding the what is it, R2 to get into the sprint when you're playing the game, I think when you hold R2 and he's just like kind of walking around, he does kind of do one arm out and one arm to the side. And I know in Shattered Dimensions, one of the I think it's Spider-Man Noir sort of runs in a sort of creep.
Okay.
But like all of his gameplay is stealth based.
Oh, yeah.
So it makes sense that he's
Yeah.
doing that. Like context is key is my issue with this Spider-Man. And then also the fight choreography left some to be desired. Not a lot to be desired. It was very, just so slow, we're going to set up the move and you're going to do a cartwheel and da-da-da-da-da.
And like climbing on things for no reason.
Climbing on shit for no reason. And like, because we don't see everything because they keep jump cutting from like the villain shooting at him to him being on things, we have no sense of where he's jumping to and from.
Yeah.
Like I think about like moments in Spider-Man where Spider-Man's being chased by gunfire and he's jumping from one pillar to another pillar to another pillar, and we see the logic of I'm going to jump from this one to this one and create space and put a barrier between me and who's shooting at me, and also I'm going to dart around them and they can't see me. I get that. They were not able to recreate that well in live action, which I don't expect them to. I don't, especially not in the 70s.
Yeah, 78.
1978, I don't expect them to, and I don't expect them to get all the posing right. This is before Todd McFarlane started drawing Spider-Man in the real spindly and flexible way that he was drawing him, because I think Tom McFarlane was really like, did I say Tom McFarlane?
No, you said Todd.
I said Todd? Okay.
It's better than me. Sometimes I say Seth MacFarlane.
That's a different one. That's a different man that draws. But Todd McFarlane, because I think I almost conflated him with Tom Holland, who's just Spider-Man differently. It was before like Todd got into this is what a spider would look like if it was swinging. Let's make him creepy crawly. But also when he runs. Like he's still a man.
Yeah.
He still punches. He still kicks. Like he's not fighting. Like when he's fighting down low, when he punches you, he's putting his full weight into the punches. And I missed some of that. Like I am engaging with a Spider-Man that is sort of figuring out how Spider-Man should look and be in an interpretation with full 2020 hindsight, which is unfair, right?
Yeah.
It is
true.
unfair. I
Yeah.
am unfair. I'm just like this.
This, like, they had such a shoestring budget, and there's two different types of episodes. It is one where there is a lot of plot and one where there is no plot. And the no plot, then they're like, well, we just do fight scenes the entire time. This was a sort of plot-heavy episode. They were talking a lot, or Spider-Man was just tapping on the fucking ground a lot, which I listened to this in headphones, like, to watch it initially and, this morning. That scene rules. The sound design is so good. There's tension there. But when you're just like out and about, you're like, what the fuck is he doing? Huh? So I think if there was less stuff going on, we would have gotten better fight scenes. I think like an episode or two ago, we commented like the fights were really good in this, but this one was just like hit a couple beats and then run around because at least they had a bunch of explosions.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And the scrap gas is fun.
Oh, yeah. Scrap gas is real good.
I like the idea of scrap gas. For those of you who have not seen this episode, scrap gas is gas that melts things down that the what is the robot empire's name?
Scrap Man.
Iron Cross Army.
The Iron Cross Army, who are the bad guys who are cybernetic in ways that I don't fully understand. If you remember the robot empire from Power Rangers, they give me that energy.
Mm-hmm. Same creators.
Oh, same creators, yeah. So, yeah, the sort of machine empire from Turbo shit, that scrap gas, they're developing this gas in this factory that melts things down, be it machines, buildings, or people. And they're beginning to mass produce this gas, sort of like how Ivan Ooze was mass producing the goo, the ooze. And Spider-Man's looking for the factory. And the scrap gas, oh my goodness. Oh, what a terrifying thing.
Because it like melts metal stuff, but I guess it doesn't melt like the frame of a car. It would have been a lot cooler if instead of melting everything besides the bones of a human, it just melted the bones of a human.
Oy.
So then it's just like you become like this sack of, that would hurt so bad.
It would hurt. And I don't think
you just collapse into yourself.
I don't
and
think you die immediately either.
Yeah. You would be trying to breathe, but it'd be so hard.
Yeah, like if it only, because bones are calcium. So if it's taken down like calcium, if it can melt down calcium,
my milk,
iron, yeah, nickel, copper, oh God, like if it could like melt down like things like that, that would have been great. That would have been amazing. But how would they have shot that in the 70s? How would they have gotten that done in the 70s with that budget?
They just get not a sex doll, but something that is akin to a sex doll. That's just like a blow up thing. They've thrown like rag dolls over buildings to be like, that's a human. They could get, but instead of blowing it up, you fill it up with water and it's just like all like, blah, blah, blah.
Ooh, I would love to see that show reimagined through the lens of the Jim Henson Company.
Oh, yeah.
And if Cronenberg is still with us.
Yeah,
David
I think
Cronenberg.
he is.
I want
Tom Savini.
Tom Savini's, I think, still with us.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, if we can get all of them on that, but like it's still very much Japanese, it's still very much Toei Spider-Man, like they're writing it, they're shooting it. You just have those like heavy hitters in there going, this is how the practical effects are going to look. I would love to see that. Not to say that Japan is not doing practical effects. I just don't know any of those people's names.
The
I would know.
Tokyo Gore police guy and Psycho Gorman guy. Those two dudes come together.
Yeah.
And then Hideo Kojima directs it.
No.
Yes. He
No.
needs to, we've talked about this off podcast. He needs to direct a movie.
Yeah, he needs to direct a movie that he wrote himself. He needs to leave Spider-Man the fuck alone. I do not want to see Spider-Man
please
fight the Metal Gears during some long. I don't want that. I don't think this project would lend itself well to Kojima's specific talents.
Yeah, but you better believe, man, we get some cleavage there, guys.
You want it for the meme. I want this to be good.
But be good. That's what I'm saying. When I'm high and I sit down, I'm like, all right, I want to watch a sci-fi action movie, and then it's predicated on, are there boobies in there? And there was once where I was like, I just want to, but I want to watch something with boobies. And I was like, no, James, that can't be the criteria. It just needs to be a fun movie. But if it happens to have boobies as well, that's a plus. Because boobies makes everything better. Nicole and I have been saying that for 6 years on this podcast. And I will say, this Spider-Man series, least amount of boobies out of any of the shows we've discussed Super Sentai-wise.
Yeah.
Because, we started with Die Ranger. Die Ranger got them boobies.
Yeah.
Die Ranger has boobies?
Yeah, I mean, not naked boobies, but one of the Triumvirate has them titties.
Their outfits are very like BDSM.
Kind of like the Cenobites, but they're not all pokey and stuff.
They're not pointy.
Yeah, and then Zonetta, she got them boobies.
Yeah.
Oh, hachi machi womp wah, wah. That's the sound cue that plays whenever she walks into the room. And one of the first times you see her, she's just jumping rope and her boobs are just going up and down, and all the guys like in, they're like kaiju suits, but they're people size. They're just looking at her just going like, oh yeah, hell yeah.
And Die Ranger.
This is in Car Ranger.
Car Ranger.
Car Ranger rules.
Okay.
Which is what Turbo became.
Okay.
And they're just look at them titties. 5-Man, I would say, has the... No, 5-Man, there's some ladies in some scantily clad outfits.
Sure.
Time Ranger, though, I think Time Ranger has the least... No, there's that sexy lady, too, in there. Spider-Man. Missed the ball. That's why we stopped doing this show.
They got too focused on dead parents.
Yeah, what's better, Mohawk boobies or dead parents?
Whose parents?
Any like a child's parent, dead parents.
Donald Trump has children.
Okay, all right.
Not a fan of him.
Anyone besides his kids' dead parents?
Rush Limbaugh has kids.
Well, Rush Limbaugh, oh yeah, he's dead now.
Ted Cruz has a family.
What about BTK? Like, his kids. His kids didn't ask for that,
BTK?
They'd actually be excited to probably have a dead dad.
Yeah.
I don't know who BTK is.
Oh, he's a serial killer, bind, torture, kill.
Oh.
Okay, let's say Tom Hanks, but, like Colin Hanks, not Chet Hanks.
Nah, that's facts. It's one of those things where it's like, it depends on the parents and it depends on the boobies.
I'm always saying boobies regardless.
I'm complicated. I am complicated and difficult.
Dang it.
I'm again, very context is key. I'm a very context is key man.
Okay. What if I say orphans or boobies? Which one would you rather have? And orphans,
boobies.
like you can be an adult orphan,
Boobies.
All right, hell yeah, we figured it out. It's all about phrasing.
Yeah, phrasing. Yeah. Orphans are boobies. I pick boobies.
Yeah, because I guess some parents deserve to be dead. Sorry, guys.
Some of them.
Nicole, list some parents that deserve to be dead.
Yo.
Subscribe to our Patreon and maybe you'll find
Yeah, you do talk about stuff like that quite often. To the point where I have to put in descriptions, future James, never put this in a free feed.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into today's episode in detail. We are discussing episode 34 of Spider-Man 1978 Toei, entitled The Candid Camera Murder Incident. Real quick rundown before we get in note by note. A kid taking pictures. He's been called a sham because he doctored a photo. He takes a photo of a man shooting another man in the heart. And he's like, I got this photo. And then the Iron Cross Army's involved. They rip the photo out of his hands pretty much. They gaslight this kid with the administration and all that. Then Spider-Man has to say, I got you, kid. I also, like, in a world where everyone knows about the Iron Cross Army, it's not a secret.
Yeah.
For him to be like, yeah, this could probably be the Iron Cross Army. That's probably what he should have said. Like, everyone should be investigating this stuff. Also, there is a murdered body, regardless. Spider-Man saves the day? That's the episode. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. That is what happened.
Because like I said, this one didn't have a lot of fighting, but it did have a lot of him just tapping the ground.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot that happens, but there's not a lot of fighting that can be happening because I loved it when he picked up the wrench and started tapping the ground.
See, I didn't hate that because he only did it for like a minute.
Yeah.
Like, it did not go on long enough to be obstructive to me. And it was a clever way to figure out because he's, investigating where the factory is, where they're building the scrap gas that we talked about earlier. And he's like listening to hear the differences in the sound to see where it's hollow and where it's not.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a bad idea. That's just not a bad idea. It's sort of like when you play Legend of Zelda and you're swinging the sword at the wall to see which walls are hollow so that you can bomb them and find secrets. Like, that is a tactic. Like, if Link can do it, why not Spider-Man?
But my thing with that is when it comes to concrete, he should be looking for walls or areas that it's like, well, that looks like it could be a door. It's not like this concrete, on sidewalks, how it's laid down in like slabs. It's not like that where it's like, oh, well, this slab, we can actually pull up on it. It's a door. It's hollow. It's just a straight up a straight up parking lot of concrete pretty much. So that was weird because also he doesn't find it. The kid finds it, right?
Yeah, I was about to say he almost found it, but the kid was near where he was and he was knocking directly above them. He almost found it.
Yeah.
Like he was, if he had not started getting shot at, he would have found it.
Oh, yeah.
Also, he didn't find the full factory. He found their exit. He found their emergency exit. Spider-Man did technically find it. Like he wasn't wrong. His methodology is weird, but not ineffective.
But also, like, they never went inside the factory because a kid takes it, like stuns their eyes with the flash. And the little grunt dudes had the scrap gas, fell down, and the scrap gas went off in this underground tunnel and then just killed everyone.
Yeah, everybody who didn't get out got melted, got scrapped up real good.
But all of them, I guess, are robots. That's confirmed.
Yeah. The grunts are all robots at least.
Yeah.
Amazonis, I believe, is not a robot. From my knowledge of watching...
Amazonis.
Yeah.
Okay, that's her name. Okay.
And boy, she is gorgeous.
Very
when she's
pretty.
just like in normal people clothes.
Yeah.
Not in a cartoon outfit. You're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Very pretty woman. Very pretty.
Okay. It starts out with this kid showing like, hey, yeah, look at this photo. I took a picture of a UFO. And they're like, no, man, this can't be real. UFOs don't exist. This has to be doctored. And then they see Hitomi and Takuya coming up. And they say, oh, we know that's a photographer. And one of them calls her a third-rate photographer. And if a child said, like, my profession, the thing that I've been working at as a skill for the past 2 decades was third-rate, that's confidence shattering. I would be so that like that's the most brutal roast you could give an adult.
I don't know if you played Yu-Gi-Oh games, but when Kaiba beats you in one of the Yu-Gi-Oh games, he will call you a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck.
Damn.
And I'm going to be frank here. I have tried to harm myself before. That is one of the times.
Oh my God.
Kaiba I played that game to relax when I was having a bad day, and Kaiba made it worse because I didn't know how to synchro summon.
Yeah. Those Yu-Gi-Oh games can be brutal sometimes.
Kaiba will call you a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck.
I think reversing that, calling you a fourth-rate duelist with a third-rate deck, saying like the only reason you got as far as you did is because like some of your cards was good, not because of your skill, that would be more brutal.
Kaiba's gonna be my 13th reason. Seto Kaiba.
There's not Neil Breen, Stephen Grew. He's a film director of like super low budget stuff, puts out a bunch of stuff, not good, but he made a fan film that is on Tubi somehow called like Time to Duel. I'll send you a link. It is him just trying to make his he's doing Yu-Gi-Oh! And the wig he has on as like a 35-year-old man trying to be Yugi is so fucking funny.
Stephen Grew needs to be stopped.
It's so good. I will send you a link to this just so you can see his hair. Or you can do Stephen Grew. Yeah, it's real bad.
I'm Googling
sucks.
it right now. Hell. I don't even believe in hell, but there should be one for him.
Yeah.
There should be a hell for him. He should not be able to do this and then go somewhere where he can get chicken wings whenever he wants. He needs to go to hell.
Yeah.
Stephen Grew needs to go right to fucking hell.
Nicole, who do you think's worse, Stephen Grew or Neil Breen?
Neil Breen.
Yeah, Neil Breen sucks, man.
Because you can tell Neil Breen does it because he's a fucking narcissist, where Stephen Grew does it just because he loves making movies.
Yeah.
Where it's like Neil Breen is just like, look how fucking cool I am. Yeah, and it's like, you're a loser.
And Neil actually, he's like, or not Neil, Steven's like, oh, this silence in between people talking, I should cut most of that out. Whereas Neil's like, I will deliver a 90-minute movie that's technically 45 minutes of content.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Neil Breen, don't watch him, guys.
I have actually seen a Neil Breen movie now that I'm Googling who he is.
Was it Twisted Fate?
No. I think it was Faithful Findings.
Okay, yeah, we've seen Faithful Findings.
Also Hell.
Yeah.
Also Hell. They should be roommates.
A worse hell.
No, he's a deeper level of hell.
Hell for Neil Breen is seeing Stephen Grew make movies that are just as bad but having better success.
Oh, yeah.
In the same hell that they live in. And Stephen Grew's hell is getting snubbed at the Oscars.
He's like, why Stephen Grew got a documentary about him with Jack Black in it? Because he does. Like, there are some directors that are like, yeah, Stephen Grew, like, his stuff's weird, but we enjoy watching it.
Yeah.
And then Neil Breen just 2 thumbs down from everyone.
Yeah.
He looks creepy.
Yeah.
He looks creepy. He looks like if you drew David Hasselhoff from memory in a dark room.
Yeah. He looks like a real estate agent that got tired of being a real estate agent. Or like, you know, when you're playing an RPG and you've gotten all the goals, you're like, all right, I guess I'm done with this game. He did that for real estate agencies. He's like, yeah, I've completed everything I'm supposed to do here. I guess I'll be a movie director.
Neil looks like if Baywatch was set behind an Arbys.
Oh, yeah.
Like if a season of Baywatch was just people who you would see behind an Arbys.
Oh, okay.
That's how Neil looks.
Because I was going to say a beachside Arbys is pretty good. But you're saying it's just behind an Arbys.
Can I go home? Nicole, can I leave?
There was a Chili's on the beach when I was a kid and we went there once. I was like, this place fucking rules. Why aren't we just always here?
Yeah.
Ugh. God.
Chili's.
My parents made some bad decisions, you know?
One of them being
They should have gone to this beachside Chili's
Yeah.
and another, like, they should have put me as like a child actor. I could have been in like Masked Rider. We could have been in Bible Man, you know? Don't you that. If I was one of those kids and if I had been like, hey, yeah, we should watch Bible Man someday. And like we watched 5 episodes, 6 episodes, and on the 7th episode, you're like, wait, who is that? Wait, what? And I'm just like a big smile. And I go, I was boy 3 in Bible Man and the tattle-telling temptress. And you'd be like, James, you're so cool.
I would not.
Excuse me? You need to look at the values and morals of your life, Nicole.
Wow.
So I've had a stroke before.
Yeah.
That was worse.
Okay. Have you seen Bible Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it rules.
I've seen a lot of Bible Man.
It fucking is
I've seen
so
a lot
awesome.
of Bible Man.
I'm still giving them $1.75 because I keep forgetting to cancel my subscription to their Vimeo.
You're subscribed to Bible Man Vimeo?
Uh-huh. Because sometimes I get high and I want to watch Bible Man. And then when I'm high, I forget to cancel the subscription to Bible Man.
Bible Man's on YouTube for free.
But not in like the best quality I can get, which is on the Vimeo. I'm a big aspect ratio, you know, we need 4K transfers. Criterion. Listen to me. It's technically not a TV series. It is a series of different movies. You can put these out. Like what they did with Godzilla, a big like book of Blu-rays. Do that for Bible Man. 4K me, baby.
4K Bible Man
Where's
Criterion
Sean?
release.
Sean, save us from this.
No, Sean, I think's turning around on Bible Man. He's like, you want to know what? Yeah, Christian propaganda didn't work on me back in the day, but now I'm just watching Bible Man for the art.
That's just not true.
Oh, man. Bible Man's got boobies too, okay?
This child witnesses a murder.
Yeah?
Have you ever witnessed a murder?
No, but I've been in the same room as a serial killer. You know that.
Do I?
Excusez-moi?
Yeah. Well, what's his name? Psycho Sam, the horrorcore rapper. Yeah.
He's a serial killer?
Yeah, sad story. It was at this concert, Strictly for the Wicked. If you search Farmville Murders rap horrorcore into YouTube, there's some good documentaries that outlay all of it, but they were all fans of serial killing records, some of these people over there on there. And this dude was also a horrorcore rapper. You can listen to his music. He was dating these 2 women who were like fans, like very like, oh, we're on the street team. They were vocal fans. Everyone knew who they were. And then we're at this event. It was I think the first one. It was like a big event that SKR was putting on. And then it's done. And then the following Tuesday, it got done on a Sunday. Following Tuesday, I get a call from, I won't say the rapper who called me and was like, hey, this happened. Which I wasn't close to any of them, but like I was in the same room as all these people for pretty much 3 days in a row. And then she was like, hey, just like, the media will want to contact anyone involved in this. Just, we are all choosing to not discuss this. And then, 2 years later, the two people saying, hey, don't talk to anyone, are on an ID Discovery documentary show discussing it. And it's like, oh, wow, okay. So when you found out you could make money off from this tragedy, you're like, okay, the story needs to be told. So yeah, I've been in a room with a murderer.
I meant like in like this sort of similar situation where you just kind of, you're walking and you just like, you're like, whoa.
See someone get plowed over by a car?
No.
Oh, like an actual murder?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Nicole, you ever seen someone get murdered?
No.
I've seen my innocents get murdered.
Oh.
Because you kind of have an out-of-body experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This got really dark.
Yeah, you talk about people being murdered. Of course it's going to.
Why did I do that?
Yeah.
I've actually seen people get shot.
I'm sorry.
I lived in a bad neighborhood growing up.
Yeah.
It just happened a lot on my streets, sometimes on the corner of my house, one time in front of my house when I was inside.
Yeah, Nicole, like this isn't... You should have said like, hey, have you ever seen anyone get covered in web before?
You ever seen someone get covered in web before?
Yeah, all the time. I saw a big spider try to do it to me.
A spider tried to do it to you?
Yeah, I was just hanging out and I was like, I see the spider. I'm going to see how far I can get. And then once it started like getting up to my neck, I'm like, okay, yeah, this has got to be, this has got to get out of here.
You.
Yeah.
I thought you meant
my
like,
blood.
Like when you're walking through the woods and you like walk into a spider web.
No.
This is scarier than the murder for me, actually. I was fine. I was 15. I was playing Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess on my Wii upstairs. I'm scared of spiders. No, I'm messing with you.
This is a better question, Nicole. You ever seen anyone creep shot someone?
I don't know what that is.
Like how this dude's like doing voyeurism shit, but like in a creepy way, trying to like take a panty shot?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I've seen it a couple times. I try to stop it in a way like, oh, I'm going to like just like walk in front of this. Because I don't want to like make it known because then the guy might get defensive and swing on me.
I've been creep shotted.
You have?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm kidding.
Hell no.
I think you should creep shot me more. I do actually have, because he's like, Hitomi says, don't try to doctor photos. You as a photographer are meant to like show the truth in your photos, which means you should be taking more photos of me. So you're like, oh, he is real.
Because you're real.
Because you think I'm a figment of your imagination sometimes?
Because you say that.
No, because I'm like too good to be true, baby.
Yeah.
Where am I?
I don't know anymore.
I will be honest, a lot of our guests say that.
Where what the fuck happened? We were talking about Spider-Man. And then you, Nicole, you brought up real murder.
Yeah.
That is a thing you did. Like this started with you. Like as much as I want to be like, it's all James.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Y'all are compatible.
Brother. Yeah. I'm sorry. Our
friend Melzer, who shout outs to Melzer, directed his first national commercial. Hell yeah to him. He has been on this show like 10 times, and maybe his 8th one. It had been a few months, and he was like, fuck, man, I forgot how to do this show because this is wild. I forget how weird you guys are.
Yeah.
Y'all are odd.
Thank you.
Strange. Y'all strange with it.
Yeah, tokusatsu community, you're not getting us anymore. The anime community's getting us in a few months, okay?
Strange as hell.
Tokusatsu community's like, yeah, good riddance. They can figure out what you guys are about.
Is the tokusatsu community not the anime community?
No, there's a little overlap, but there's some that are like, no, I just love tokusatsu, and then some anime people are like, that's baby shit.
Most anime people I know like Kamen Rider.
Yeah, okay, yeah. A Kamen Rider is, I think, probably the most overlap, but we like Super Sentai, which does skew younger for audiences, where Kamen Rider's for like 12 to 14-year-olds. Super Sentai's more aimed at like 8 to 11, maybe a little bit of a 12-year-old.
A lot of people like Ultraman too. A lot of the anime people.
Oh man, and Ultraman's such a Boy Scout. We're like, ugh, get out of here, dude.
There's so much Ultraman. Have you read his comics?
Some of them.
Some of them are really good. Some of them are not. The Netflix Ultraman show was not great, but the fights are cool. Badly written. Poorly written.
Because it's a Netflix show. Like the Netflix, like tokusatsu related stuff. That Godzilla, the trilogy.
Oh my God.
Sucks so bad.
Jesus Christ, Godzilla. Oh, fucking Godzilla Earth. Oh, that was shitty. Godzilla Singular
So
Point.
bad.
Also shitty.
Yeah.
What if we have a Godzilla series and we don't see Godzilla until the end and we make him ugly? Not like ugly the way a monster's ugly, like unappealing to look at, like this is a badly designed monster.
Yeah, he looked like handsome Squidward.
Yeah, like I hated that Godzilla. I hated that Godzilla's design. I hated that Jet Jaguar's design.
Oh, Jet Jaguar was in there?
Jet Jaguar's
they did him dirty.
A prominent feature and bad looking almost every time. One of the last times Jet Jaguar looks better, but it's one of the last times we see him. And Gearus was actually pretty interesting.
We call him Analus on here.
Analus was interesting. I don't like what they did with Rodan. I don't
We just
like
call
what
him Dan on here.
I don't like what they did with Dan. They did Dan dirty Dan. I have a lot of strong feelings about Netflix and what they do to Godzilla and how they need to leave him the fuck alone.
Did you watch all of it then?
Yes, not knowing that it was
Why?
shitty. Not knowing it was shitty.
Well, we watched the first movie and we were like, we read reviews for the second one for the trilogy, and people were like, it's just as bad or possibly worse than the first one. And we're like, oh yeah, then we don't need to watch any of these other ones.
So when I saw 2 and 3, the beginning of 2 was interesting to me. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then they lost me in the end. They lost me in the fucking end. The first one, I'm like, this is an interesting concept, but a bad show. Maybe they fix it.
Yeah.
I came in with hope for 2. With 3, I had seen so much that I couldn't handle not knowing what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
3 was horrible.
Yeah.
3 is one of the worst things I had ever seen.
Oh no.
3 is one of the shittiest Godzilla properties I've ever fucking seen.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
I'm glad we didn't watch it.
Oh, yeah.
Bad.
I knew they were bad. So I was like, yeah, I'm not going to, everyone says they're bad. I'm not going to be like, well, maybe they're wrong.
No, them people was right. Godzilla Singular Point, I didn't know anything about. I turned on Netflix one day and that shit was on. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm watching it. And then I watched it and I'm like, this shit is lousy. This shit's not fucking good.
Yeah. But we were making such great time. And then I think the Neil Breen stuff
Neil Breen and murder.
Yeah.
And I have a Beyblade tournament to get to.
Oh, yeah, that's more important than this bullshit.
I mean, we got a couple hours.
Oh, no, we got to get you there. I need an apprentice, guys, because Hitomi, this little kid with a camera, is like, hey, I'll be your apprentice. Yeah, I'll teach someone how to do editing and make beats and shit.
I'll do it.
Hey, Mohawk's my apprentice.
Nice.
But then but I'm still your producer. I'm Mo Talks to you.
That's a relief because I thought Mohawk was not going to talk to us again after this episode.
No.
Y'all let me roast you in your house. Y'all let me roast you in your. Of course, I'm coming back.
Yeah.
Y'all have given me so much grace and kindness. I'm never gonna not talk to you two.
Roasting's our love language. We roast each other.
Yeah.
Good.
Do we roast each other as much anymore?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay, Nicole did one of the meanest things she's ever done to me. So it was after our high day, so like we were getting ready for bed.
God damn it.
And I start talking and I kind of stutter a little bit. I go like, well, and then Nicole immediately goes, and it's so like,
because
percussive and mean.
in my head, I was recreating like the memes that we watch.
Yes, which I knew. And then I was like, that is the meanest thing you have ever done. And then Nicole proceeds to laugh for 4 minutes.
It was so funny.
Oh, God. No, a friend of mine he stammers a lot because he has a lot of thoughts when he's talking, which is, where a lot of that comes from.
Yeah.
He started stammering. And he stammered so badly that I not only stammered with him, but I started beatboxing. He's like, and I was like,
Oh, fuck.
Like he almost hit me in the chest with a chair. He was gonna kill me. He was gonna kill me. Like he was gonna end my life. And I would have had it coming. And he's like, God, that was good, but ouch. So Nicole, you're right.
Yeah. Like
You're
the
right.
fury and betrayal in his eyes was just so fucking funny.
I'm sorry, James.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, James. When it's good, it's good. When it's good, it's good.
So this kid, he's taking photos because Hitomi gives him a nice camera after these kids just beat the shit out of him and threw his camera into the woods. And he's taking photos and he goes, these are the marks of modern civilization. And he goes, man, I sounded real pretentious right there.
Yeah.
He did. You told me about that kid who's like, oh, pretty much was kind of a poetry doesn't write me, I write poetry. What? No, opposite. There was some like D-bag kid you were talking about from high school.
Yeah.
And I bet that kid would have said that.
I don't remember who that was.
I just threw up in my fucking mouth.
What? I don't write poetry, poetry doesn't write me. Or dang it.
I don't write poetry, poetry writes me.
There
I've
we
heard
go.
that quote before.
Yeah.
I almost threw up in my mouth. And I used to be in the slam poetry community here in the city, the youth slam poetry community. So I know the type of kid you're talking about.
Sean Price used to say it all the time. That'd be funny if he said
Oh
that.
my God.
Do you know who Sean Price is?
No.
Like one of the best hardcore rappers from New York. He was in like boot camp clique and all that. If he would have said that it would have been so funny. Because he like is so hardcore, like he sold drugs, but his rhyme structure is scholarly. So it's like, oh yes, I wrote this beautiful sonnet, about like dealing drugs, but it's like multisyllabic, every single syllable rhymes from one line to the other.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, why?
It's beautiful.
Yeah, but he's like such a hardcore dude.
I'm like, this is about crack.
Yeah.
Like, I wrote you a sonnet about crack.
He has a rhyme so sacrilegious with the word rhyme gestures, sold crack to bitches in their third trimester. And it's like, oh, baby, it's so good. Oh, man. Sean Price, R.I.P.
That is nuts. Nicole, you were about to talk about this poetry, man.
The man from your past
It's
who
gone.
wrote. Okay.
It left.
Well, what
It's gone.
didn't leave is Amazoness when she should have, when she was just pushing a gun away from a man, because this guy was kind of like pointing and gesturing with a silencered gun. And then she just like comically, like as it's pointed kind of towards her cheek, she just pushes it away.
Yeah.
It's like Austin Powers type shit.
True. I do remember that moment.
Takuya did this kid dirty because when the kid says, also the kid did himself dirty, he's like, yeah, I captured the murder on my camera in
Idiot.
front of the murderer. Takuya should have said like, all right, hey guys, see you real quick. Just goes around the corner. Then all of a sudden Spider-Man walks up and he goes, oh yeah, I heard there was a murder. Oh, hey kid, you have that? Let's go to Interpol, my friends who I know have a darkroom. We'll just get the film developed there. Instead, they go to this kid's homemade darkroom, and the Iron Cross Army's there. They throw just a fireball into this grease that his aunt's cooking. Mom, I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
And then she starts freaking out. This is a woman who knows how to cook. She shouldn't be I mean, yes, it's startling that all of a sudden it bursts into flame, but like,
Yeah.
as Nicole said, put a lid on it. Do whatever. But Hitomi is not a good cook because she throws water at it.
And it's a
Yeah.
grease fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she threw water on a grease fire, and Takuya already had the fire extinguisher. He had already handled it.
Uh-huh.
Another thing that bothered me about the fire, nobody took the grease off of the heat.
Oh, yeah.
That would have ended a lot of the fire.
Uh-huh.
Even if all of the grease burned up, if it didn't catch anything else, because it's in the metal pot, that would have been the fucking end of it. They didn't even turn the light off on the stove.
Yeah. Well, also, they could have, the woman should have been like, oh, shit, instead of like freaking out. And that would have been like, hey, Takuya, can you go check on this? Or like the kid could have stayed or Hitomi could have stayed because they both know how to develop film.
Everybody developing film should have stayed.
Yeah.
The man with superpowers should have been the only one responding to a call for fire.
Yeah, you should have been like, hey, guys, I know I seem like a bumbling idiot, but I'm actually Spider-Man. And then Hitomi's like, wait, what? And he goes, there's, I think, a fire going on. And she's like, wait, how do you know it's a fire? She screamed it. No, she didn't. Wait, do you have spider senses?
She did scream fire.
Then she does.
My
But
mom
then
screams fire, which is what alerts everybody.
Nicole popes in and starts going,
Wow. Thank you for that.
Then we find out about the scrap gas. We already discussed that. Why is they come to this like litigation with the director about this photo, and Hitomi Takuya, the mom, and the kid are all like, yeah, someone came in and stole the film. Also, tried to set our house on fire. They did this on purpose, and the director's like, oh, well, I have your principal and a teacher here. If I went to a litigation and my principal was there, specifically one principal, Mr. Lane, I'll call him out by name, I would have been livid pissed. I would have been like, this fucking phony right here who's always trying to push Christianity on me in a public school? Get him out of here. Whatever he says is just null and void, because he's like, oh, well, check out this photo, which it is a man about to hit a kid with a shoe. And the principal's like, oh, well, as I've explained earlier, that was me trying to swat a fly. And then they show the teacher just drinking a bottle of wine, like from the bottle. And then she's like, oh, well, that's slander.
That's how you're supposed to drink it.
Oh, it is? I've never drank before.
That's very good for your liver.
All right, hell yeah.
If I get wine one, I don't drink anymore. But if you see me with wine, I am at my fucking lowest.
Okay.
And I am not using a cup.
What about box wine? You drinking it from the box?
Yes.
Hell yeah, dude.
If I bought wine,
from the spigot,
I am hurt. And I am not using a cup.
Okay.
Wine is gross.
It is nasty.
Yeah.
Most wine is really bad. So if y'all see me with wine, something happened. My career is over. I didn't got dumped. Something. That's not Mohawk anymore. That's Jeremy. That's Jeremy. You're not dealing with Mohawk Johnson
We
anymore.
lost him. We lost him, folks.
Goodness. The thing that got me about the principal being involved is, why are you in a meeting with this kid's school principal and his teacher because he witnessed a murder after school somewhere the fuck else?
Yeah.
The fuck are you in there for?
Like, oh, this is a character witness? No, that's gross. And like, as a principal, you should be like, no, if he says a murder was witnessed, why aren't the police involved?
I wouldn't have showed up. And also, like, even the whole, like, the principal hitting a kid with a shoe. The mom slapped that little boy in public while accusing him for lying just for her to allow him to develop the film later, because she's like, well, if my son actually took pictures.
Yeah.
And it's like, so you were willing to beat me in public just to renege when you found out that I took pictures?
Yeah.
You really think I'd be out here lying? You think I move shiesty like that? I'm going to take pictures of you, ma. I'm going to catch you with some bullshit.
Just her having the wickedest diarrhea.
Oh. I was surprised that, because I was like, it's the 70s. Didn't they just do that back then? Like hit kids with shoes?
It was moving out of style.
Okay.
And then there were things that, like, that's when some permission slips got introduced.
Wait, you could get a permission slip like, oh yeah, you can hit my kid?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like, you know, like.
Imagine being such a small parent being like, yeah, you can hit my kid. He deserves it.
Yeah. No, that shit, a lot of parents are like that. And like, it's also 70s Japan.
Yeah.
Like, I think, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember the show, I remember the movie Lean on Me, and how Morgan Freeman's character, that principal, I think his name's Principal Carter or something. He's very stern. He's very tough. He's always cussing out the kids and like grabbing them by the collar or twisting them by the ear. But he's not like full on decking them in the mouth and shit, even though he says crazy ass shit to them.
Yeah.
He says like insane shit to them. So it's one of those things where it's like, even in the 80s, they weren't doing that full on like they were. Like when I saw Harry Potter and Snape hit Harry upside the head with a rolled up paper, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You can do that?
Yeah.
Wizards can do that?
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't put so I don't believe in hitting children. First off,
You don't? That's a stance, man. I'm kidding.
I will defend this till the day I die. Every adult I know who hits kids would not hit an adult if an adult did the same thing, and that's how I know it's about power and not righting wrongs.
I think the last episode, or one of recently, we were saying if a parent hits a kid should be allowed to hit the parent when they're being a douchebag as well.
Mm-hmm. And it's never that. It's like, you don't hit me, I'm your mom. And it's like, you don't hit me, I'm authority. And I'm like, then it's about power. It's not about discipline. It's not about any of the other shit. And I've checked like friends of mine who have kids about it. I'm just like, dog, I called you a bitch ass nigga to your face in front of your girlfriend and you didn't hit me. You're mad that your son spilled juice. And he's like, well, it works. And I'm like, no, it didn't work on you. You used to sell drugs. Motherfucker, I know you. You was a trap lord. You was trapping.
I do want to actually take back, like, maybe just don't hit kids, because then if a kid hits, like, if they spank their mom, that might do some bad stuff to the kid psychologically.
There's no good. There's no way to clean that up. It's just one of those, like
I just want to spank mommies now. And it's like, no, you don't want that.
No, we don't need that. We don't want that. But no, it's so interesting to see the mom pull that.
Yeah, and on that, they're like, oh, this kid hates all adults, and like kids should hate all adults until proven otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Literally stranger danger. That man who's the director is a stranger. Also, they didn't search him for a gun.
Yeah.
Where did the gun go? Search him. I got stopped coming home from the GameStop I used to work at because officers thought my phone was a gun last month.
Wild.
And no qualms. Dude got accused of murder in real time. Even in TV, the police are useless.
Yeah.
Even in TV. Where was the body?
Yeah.
Where'd the body go?
There's like a little cloth on the ground, and the police probably weren't like, oh yeah, we should probably check under that cloth for blood, right? And the directors probably said like, oh no, it's just an oil spill down there. We didn't want your shoes getting ruined. And they're like, oh, okay, all right. Mm-hmm. As Nicole says, listen to any true crime podcast, you will realize the police are ineffective.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude.
That's why I'm so confused as to why some white women like believe police. Because I'm like, girl, you like true crime podcasts like have their finger on the pulse of like weird white women. The finger on the pulse. Like when I was working theaters and shit, that every time, that's who. Every time, that's who was bumping the shit. And I'm just like, how like, because
they're not paying attention to that part of it, you know? Or like, especially, I feel like it also depends on like who's like who
the host.
Yeah, thank you. The hosts are, and like how they're telling the story.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you listen to This Is Why We Drink, that's a recurring theme. They're like, and guess who didn't believe the people saying this person was going to kill them? The police.
Yeah. Yeah, and even like there's like a joke, like catchphrase that they say that it's thanks priests, because they also don't fucking do anything.
Oh yeah. They actually notoriously do a lot of bad stuff.
Yeah, they do bad things.
Speaking about this director, the director's like, gets a phone call from Amazonas, and she's like, oh, how come Spider-Man's there? And he's like, well, huh? And she's like, don't fucking freak out. Just do what a director should do. And when she hangs up, she has the look of just absolute disgust via the phone at this man of just like, ugh. And if a woman looked at you that way, you'd be like, I need to rethink what I've been doing with my life.
I need to take a bath.
Yeah. Ugh. She just goes, ugh. But doesn't make a noise. Just, I'm making a noise so people can hear the look of disgust, like you can hear a smile. Nicole hates it when I do that.
I see. Incredible reaction, Nicole. Incredible.
I think it happened twice this, like 2 episodes in a row.
Probably because, you know, being told to smile more. It's triggering.
Yeah,
for
but
me.
I'm not telling you to smile. I'm saying people can hear a smile.
Yeah, and I hate it.
Okay. Well, what I loved was Spider-Man when he's jumping around, he puts out, like he's getting shot at, he puts on a hubcap as a helmet, and it's so cute and funny.
Yeah.
Would that work?
I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know what the scrap man is shooting off.
Yeah.
Actually, it would work this way. If he's shooting the scrap gas, it gets to the hubcap first as he can run away.
Yeah.
And it was arrows earlier.
Oh, yeah.
So it would block arrows, I feel like. Yeah.
I feel like Scrapman, that one gun hand he had, just kind of shot anything that just scrap. Sometimes it's arrows, sometimes it's other shit.
Mm.
You guys were talking about how come he's shooting, or I said, why does he keep shooting the little grunts? And you guys were like, oh, well, he's scrap man. He eats scrap. Mm-hmm. And that's like me in just throughout all high school, middle school, elementary. When people at lunchtime, there's scraps, I'd be like, hey, you guys gonna finish that? And they're like, no. I'm like, and then there was once I was like, someone put a wet burrito on my plate and it splashed. I think it was Lauren McColl. It splashed onto her pants and blamed me. I was like, it wasn't me who put this on. She's like, these are new pants, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you're in the 6th grade. This isn't that bad in retrospect, guys.
We're 12.
Oh no, she got held back a few times. She was 17.
Okay, James.
Imagine being 17 and being in 6th grade.
I don't think that's legal anymore.
You'd be able to just take their heads and just like put them in toilets and flush them.
Wow.
Yeah, you'd be king shit. And you'd be a king shit, you know? Making king shits. Remember that, like, Welcome to the Dollhouse movie? Where
that started auto-playing after Pumpkin.
Oh, dude, you should rewatch
No.
that. There's a scene where this girl's, like, hiding and this bully girl comes into the bathroom and I think she was crying and the bully girl goes, oh, what were you doing in there? And she goes, I was taking a shit. And then the bully goes, I don't smell shit. So what were you doing, little crybaby? And she's like, no, I was shitting. It's so good.
No.
Yes, it is. That's a Criterion movie, Nicole. Clearly, it's good.
Oh, my God.
This episode, one person gets shot in the heart, another is melted to the bone. So 2 for the kill count. And at the end, after all's been settled, Scrap Monster's dead, I'm assuming the director dies. He gets melted. 2 thumbs up for that. The narrator, as Spider-Man's hanging out with this kid, they're taking a photo. The narrator says, as long as there are children who can see the injustices and hypocrisies of adults, Spider-Man will never quit. And it's like, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Any last notes, guys?
Spider-Man having a direct line to the Interpol just to use local police in a murder case that involves intergalactic robots trying to invade the planet is such a waste of everybody's fucking time.
Yeah.
Spider-Man himself should have been like, hey, kid, give me the camera. The film's not safe. And taking that shit directly to Interpol instead of leaving that family in danger. And also, the kid kept yelling out loud, yeah, I have evidence. Yeah, I took a picture. Yeah, adults are stupid. That's why I have evidence. I got everything. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's excited. He's like, finally, I got a picture that can prove something.
But don't tell the...
Yeah, he's a stupid kid. But, you know, kids are stupid.
No, because like I have gotten dirt on adults in my life, and I didn't yell, "I've got you now, adult." I hate kids are not that dumb.
Yeah.
Like people who don't know children or have never worked with children write children like that.
Yeah, because a kid probably wouldn't tell anyone. He would have kept that bottled up and been like, and then eventually, if someone's like, man, your photos don't prove shit, and he goes, I actually have a photo of a murder, and they're like, huh? I have a photo of a murder? And then all the other kids would be like, well, we kind of want to see that. Have you developed it? No, it's just like buried in a bunch of boxes. No, dude, let us see that murder. And then he would, and then all the kids would be like, this kid's got a murder photo.
Yeah, literally that. Or like, if I have a master who believes in my photos and is trying to back me up and like all this other stuff, I would have been like, I would have gotten the police involved, and the second people hit me with it, I would have been like, I got a photo of it. No, Sensei, I got a photo of it.
Yeah.
Like plenty of kids come forward to like trusted adults. He has 2 trusted adults next to him, and you yelled at the op.
Yeah.
You screamed at the op.
2 trusted adults that aren't his mom. Because he tells them, Hitomi and Takuya, but his mom's like, oh, yeah, I'm not dealing with her at all. I think if I did say something, she'd probably come over and smack me in the mouth.
Again?
Because that's what she does.
Nicole, did you have thoughts?
Yeah, but they're kind of unrelated.
Okay.
It's a theory I have.
What's up?
Of like that whole thing of like, well, X-Men is about racism, or like Iceman was gay the whole time. I don't know. I feel like maybe it's kind of like when you're a kid and you don't catch like sexual innuendos in cartoons because you like didn't learn about that or like don't know about it. So it's like only people who understand that this shit happens are going to recognize that that's what it is. And people who don't know aren't gonna get it.
Okay.
Heard. Is that from the conversation we were having earlier about people who like read comics?
But also like the true crime thing.
And the true crime stuff. And how it and that's just been a theme today of people who like engage with media and have no idea what the fuck is going on politically.
Yeah.
Or they don't know how to apply it in the real world. We were having a conversation about X-Men earlier where like people just didn't know that X-Men was gay. So when they watched X-Men 97, they were mad. And I'm like, you're mad at what the fuck was in it the whole time?
Uh-huh.
So this, so what you say does relate directly to that. So,
what do you think? Is that
I guess
a good theory?
Oh, totally. But like, because I'm like, well, I knew about all this stuff, but that's because like I listened to adults and I listened to a lot of rap music. So I knew like, oppression still happens today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like so weird. So like that, like people made fun. Like I think also people who get bullied and also have like a compassion side, not like the bullies who become
empathy.
cops. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it probably is.
Yeah.
It's just, I just find it baffling that people don't and you've talked about this on shows and TikToks and all that. People who don't consume media and want to know more about it. Like when I listen to Rush, I'm like, what the fuck is the trees about? Like the maples and the oaks don't like each other. Well, that has to have meaning behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes it's just like, we're just doing Lord of the Rings, but but you can be like, well, Lord of the Rings at a large has a meaning behind it as well.
Yeah, there are multiple like world superpowers going to war.
Yeah.
over power and a bunch of other
World
stuff.
War II shit, you know?
Yeah, like there's a lot of shit going on. Yeah.
Or World War I forget which Tolkien was in.
But I feel like most people just take shit at face value.
Yeah. Which is
a damn
so
shame.
Weird.
And most people don't create.
Yeah.
Oh, that
people
could
who
also
create things, like they look.
Yeah.
They look for stuff, and a lot of people consume. They're like, "This is great. I love this story about mutants who are dealing with prejudice and internment camps. I'm gonna go vote for a racist now who wants to put immigrants and other marginalized people in camps."
Yeah.
But I love the show about the superhero people who were born different and are put in camps because that's wrong. But but let me go ahead and empower a president to do it. Like these people are not fucking thinking.
Yeah.
But then if they then make the leader doing that in X-Men have any characteristics of all of a sudden they're like, oh, now it's woke. And it's like, it's been the same character. We just made him kind of look like him now because like that's what you do.
Like The Boys.
Well, I don't know anything about The Boys because I know I'll get pissed about
those
that.
Fuckers like didn't realize that he was the bad guy the whole time. And it's like, what do you mean?
There's been freedom fighters. Like I haven't seen the show.
Horrible.
There's like freedom fighters trying to take down this Christian right organization. And it's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I guess, again, as like someone who's always been like, not all Christians, but the ones who use it to like gain power, Christianity, I've been like, they've always been the enemy. Yeah. Always.
And I mean, not all Christians, but definitely more than enough that it warrants conversation.
Yeah.
More so much so that I believe it's more than 70% of them. And it's one of those things where it's like, if 70% of your sandwich is bad, it's a bad sandwich. Like, you wouldn't go, I had a BLT and the bacon was bad and the lettuce was bad and the tomato was bad, but it was on amazing ciabatta. Like, no, I would just go, this is a shitty sandwich.
Yeah.
You're allowed to call the sandwich shitty.
Uh-huh.
I will always hold space for calling a sandwich shitty when it sucks.
All right. So, Mohawk. Spider-Man. Usually when he gets his power, he's bitten by a radioactive spider. So if you were to be bitten by a radioactive animal and got powers like that animal, what animal would you want? And how would you use those powers to take down the Iron Cross Army?
Oh my God. See, here's the thing. You don't
like animals.
No, that's not true at all. Couldn't be further from the truth. I live with 3 cats. I love reptiles.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to pick one reptile to get powers from.
So do you want me to just do like a random reptile generator and that's what it is?
That would be better than me only being able to be...
Just be Reptile Man.
I want to be the lizard from Spider-Man, and I wish the lizard got more lizard powers than just being almost the Crocodile Man, being almost Killer Croc with like a scientist brain. Like I kind of want... Like I want that man turning invisible. You know what I'm saying? I want him blending in with his surroundings or using his color changing for emotes. and spitting venom and a bunch of other shit. Like, I want all types of shit. Shooting blood from his eyes in order to scare people off. Like, I want him to be frilled, horny. Like, I want more from Reptile, from Spider-Man.
Be able to hibernate when it's cold.
Yeah, I want him to go into torpor. I want him to lose his tail to escape and grow it back. Even though that's kind of, the regeneration is a core power of his.
Yeah.
But I just want more.
Okay,
and I want something like that. But if I have to choose, I'm gonna be an alligator or a crocodile, saltwater croc.
Well, I was going to say kind of like Poison Ivy and Batman and Robin when she falls into like all these chemicals and plants and gets all this plant power. You're at the zoo in the reptile house, an earthquake happens and that shatters all the glass and lunges all the radioactive zoo animals in this reptile house at you. Teeth first, they all bite you at the same time. You're Reptile Man.
I'm Reptile Man, fuck yeah. And then it's not a far walk back to Dinosaur Man. It's not that far.
Technically, they're birds.
They were and birds are very closely related to reptiles.
All right, guys, see?
We can get into that. We can have a conversation. You're talking to somebody who studied paleontology in college. We can do this.
He knows his stuff.
We can do this. We can talk about how birds and reptiles are related. Not the same. I would never make the argument that they're the same, but they have a lot of similarities.
They can mate with each other.
How dinosaurs and birds and reptiles are all like closely related because of like structures within the bone, how eggs work, how scales work, and all these other things that are not just convergent evolution, but also shared ancestry. Like there's some stuff there. There's some stuff there, but I don't want anybody on the internet going, Mohawk said that birds and reptiles and dinosaurs are all the same thing, because that's not what the fuck I'm saying. What I am saying is that they have more in common than not.
They will say, like, did you hear, like, while Mohawk was talking, James said they can mate with each other?
I ignored that, and you brought it back up on purpose. And it is a skill. It is a skill you have.
Yay.
To just farm discomfort and then shoot it back at people. That is incredible.
Well, thank you so much for being here, Mohawk. Do you have anything to plug?
I have a show February 27th at G-Man Tavern. 7:30 is the show.
Hell yeah.
7:30, G-Man Tavern, February 27th. Please come see me. I will be screaming. It is the next to last day of Black History Month. So if you don't come and you're in the Chicagoland area, you are a racist.
Ruh-roh.
We have to go.
Yeah.
You have to go.
What day of the week is that?
February 27th? I believe it's a Wednesday.
If it's a Wednesday, we could do it. Thursday, might not.
It's Thursday night.
Uh-oh.
It is the exact day you said you couldn't do. I guess y'all had to be racist.
No.
I guess you had to.
Dang, okay. Chicago comics, you're making me racist.
I think some of them are galvanizing their fan bases into racism, but that's a different conversation.
I mean the store Chicago comics.
Oh, I thought you meant the Chicago comedy scene.
No,
Never mind. I didn't say, man, fuck them. They can't beat me up. No combination of them could beat my ass. Some of them are racist, and some of them are making the racism in the scene worse because they're grouping up together and acting a fool. I don't care. Fuck it.
Nicole, you got anything to plug?
You can go to my website, darlinghomebody.com, and purchase things. I just got in new stickers, so check those out. Sign up for my email because social media, I think I'm done with it.
Yeah.
And not even just for like PC reasons. I'm just like, I think I'm just done with it. Like, I'm just done. I'm burnt out and I can't do it. It's not fun anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, my email on my, if you like go to the homepage, scroll all the way down, you can put your email in there. Yeah, I think that's it.
Hell yeah. Hey guys, listen to my other podcast. It's mainly over on the Marshland Media podcast feed where Death to Squids and Sweaty Time Pro Wrestlings is going. Death to Squids, Jose and I, it's us getting rip-roaring high watching sci-fi action movies. We just started the Highlander series. It's so good. So please listen to that. Listen to Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling and listen to my music under Marshland Monster. And hey, head over to patreon.com/MLM Pod, where for $5 a month you get exclusive content every single Friday. You can hear Mohawk over on the Citizens of Townsville Z discussing Powerpuff Girls Z over there. We just started a new show called Literary Speedrun, where me and a guest, I read read the book, but the guest is trying to speed run a choose-your-own-adventure novel, trying to get as many endings before 75 minutes is up. Did one with Sean, super fun, and this week on Friday, AWOL from twitch.tv/AWOL512, I believe it is. Go check him out. We're discussing Powerpuff Girls Z. It's a good time, but $10 patrons get all of that plus monthly bonus exclusive content. Don't know what's happening this month, but they also get shout-outs on every single free feed podcast. So let's begin with those, starting with Steve F., Eric Berry of Ranger Command Power Hour, Alex Z. The Waz, Orion, my Bickle brother in common law, Joshua, Jake is Steve Barnes, a sweet child of time, and Intro Void, my mother, Lil Corey's BFF, and now former roommate Shane, twitch.tv/Core Winning. It's Corwin from the Rom Complex, as well as Formulaic, a podcast and script writing. It's twitch.tv/R2 Shelby 2, and from Speed Radio, a podcast all about Sonic the Hedgehog. It's Zinny D, aka Tay, and I've been James.
I'm Nicole.
And I'm Mohawk Johnson.
And we've been Mostly Speaking Sentai. Bye-bye.
All of our listeners will be safe from predators.
This has been a Marshland Media production, produced by James McCollum. For more content, please visit mlmpod.com. To support our network and have access to exclusive podcasts, head over to patreon.com/MLMpod and sign up today. Oh, yeah.